When did you start attending the Kenton Church of the Nazarene?
1951, June 6th, 1951. I had a dear aunt that lived with us. She was invited by one of the people that went to the church to come to church. So her and I would take and go on a Wednesday night. And we would have to go with a cab, taxi cab, because my mother and dad separated when I was 5 years old. And so we had to go by taxi to get to the church, which was located on North Detroit Street. So after that, things just kind of kept developing, and I was probably 10 years old, and my aunt and I, we would go on Wednesday night, we would go on Sunday night. I would go to junior meeting, and she would go upstairs to the sanctuary of the old church, and then we had a standing call for the taxi to pick us up at 8:30, and that's how we traveled back and forth for years. A lot of Bible school work, a lot of vacation Bible school, a lot of more or less maintenance, doing things at the church, that needed to be done. It's just been a full book.
Yeah.
Well, my first Bible school, I was in the second grade.
Okay.
Went to the old church up there. Virginia Cahill was my teacher.
Wow.
And we done just about what they do nowadays in the Bible school, but we just 2 or 3 of us. There was never a bunch of us kids in a classroom. That 2 or 3 they would teach, and everything. I consider it was a small group, and then you get maybe a few that would trickle in, or something. But Bible school, I've seen a lot of kids come and grow. When we had a revival, we had it for 2 weeks at a time. And I would get tired. I'd lay down in the pew and go to sleep until after it was over. Then my aunt would wake me up and we'd go home. The gentleman that started this church, Reverend Noah Wyatt, he was more or less general contractor.
Yeah.
And one night we were getting ready to hang temporary lights. And he said, "Come on, Don, you can go with me. We'll go to Cussin and Fern at that time, which is Ace now, and we get light bulbs." Well, we never made it to get the light bulbs. We was in a wreck right out here in front of the church. We hit one of them big trees. It was snowing and icy and everything. So I ended up in the emergency room, and so did he. And we never did get the light bulbs to finish the. I have seen so many ministers. I myself have went through 18 of the ministers for the Nazarene Church, and I've been in the Nazarene Church all my life. I've never been nowhere else. And not jumping back and forth or anything. I've been in the Nazarene Church all my life. And I've seen a lot come and go. A lot of people gave their lives to Christ, and there's a lot of tears on the altar up there at the old church that you cannot believe.